Allison with Flickdirect, and we are here at Popcorn Frights Film Festival, and I'm talking with Giles Alderson and Bart Edwards about The Dare. Hi, guys. How are you?
Very well. I'm
Incredibly well. It's nice to be here.
loving being here.
Yeah. Welcome to sunny Florida. There you go.
It's sunny, though it was thundering earlier.
Yes.
And proper lightning. We nearly got hit on the way here, but, you know, these things happen.
Perfect night for a movie, then, a horror movie, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you guys are world premiering tomorrow night.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
To be honest, I'm really excited, but I'm also really apprehensive. This is a proper horror crowd, people who love horror movies, so you've got to bring it. You've got to turn it on, and, you know, it's always difficult. The movie's too close. It's right in my head, so I can't wait to get it out there. But yeah, I can't wait to show people.
Well, from what I've seen, they're going to love it. So I want to talk to you a little bit, Bart, because you play Jay,
Yes.
who winds up in this room with three strangers.
He does.
And tell me a little bit what happens at that point.
Well, I'm as excited as the audience are, because I don't know which version of the movie we're seeing tomorrow. Because there was a few versions, incantations of it made over the last, we started almost 2 years ago, I guess, wouldn't we? So I don't know. I honestly don't know what happens in this version.
Ooh,
I know.
I like that.
Yeah. What do you want to happen? What do you think happens?
I think you get out.
Do you?
Yeah.
Again, I don't
And
know.
save your
I can't tell you.
family. But it would be so cool if you don't.
I know.
And then everybody dies.
Precisely.
Right? That would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I wish I could
That'd
give
be
you
a
something
twist.
else, but I don't have the foggiest.
All right. Well,
So-
we'll have to wait and see tomorrow night. You co-wrote this with Johnny Grant. Tell me a little bit about the psychology behind it.
That's a really good question. There was 2 ideas were in a little book of mine. Well, there was a load of ideas. And they just weren't all gelling together, you know. And suddenly I went, well, how about if I put those 2 together? And it became this thing. It suddenly, me and Johnny wrote in about a month after that. We were like, wow, and we just rattled it out. The psychology goes dark. It goes deep into our sort of psyches, into our home life, how it affects you as a child, what happens to you in terms of what gets taken away, you know, Stockholm Syndrome, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and basically if something from your past comes back to haunt you. So if you've done something maybe bad back when you were a kid, will that come back to haunt you? And that's what this movie's about.
All right. What did you do as a kid that was so bad?
What did I do? What did anybody else do? I mean, we can all look back and probably regret a few bits and bobs. Hopefully it doesn't end.
Angel.
You were an angel.
No, I'm kidding.
Not one thing went wrong. Okay, I won't tell anybody about it. No, but I think it explores those kind of things that you might regret when you were growing up and the effects they have on other people and the way that you kind of go in and out of other people's lives. It kind of explores that. There's a father and son relationship that runs through it, but it's obviously rounded off with this lovely genre of horror.
Yeah, it looks a little scary. As an actor, how did you get into that psychological mindset?
For this, I mean, not incredibly easy. I mean, Giles was amazing, but we spent a long time in a basement with not that many of us. It's very sandy. I got incredibly ill towards the end of filming. It was at one point, I think it was lay down, action, stand up, say line, lay back down again. But it wasn't the easiest of shoots. And we were away in Bulgaria, so it was cold and hot. You know when you're cold and hot at the same time?
Yeah,
Which doesn't
awful.
make it. Yeah. But it was, hopefully it all pays off. We're excited, extremely excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, Giles, what does it mean to be at a film festival like this? What do film festivals mean to the film industry?
I think to be here somewhere like Popcorn Frights is amazing. It feels incredible, but film festivals are vital for indie films, for horror films in general, because there's so many great horror film festivals. But without film festivals, I think a lot of indies would go, where do we go now? But now you can build an audience, you can find people who like your film, you can get people who are champions and fans for life, really. If they like your films, that's it. So, you know, film festivals are the perfect place to meet the right kind of people, meet fans, meet people who love horrors. And yeah, I'm honestly delighted to be at Popcorn Frights, honestly. It's amazing.
I think it's going to be great. Tell me what you want people to take away from this film as a writer and a director.
I want people to remember this film. I want people to take away something from their past. I want them to think about stuff. I want it to be, in 20 years' time, they still remember this film. You know, I want it to linger, and so they can talk. I don't want them to just walk away and go, "Oh, that was cool. Let's have some popcorn." I want it to be, "Oh my gosh, so what about that? No, but could it go on that way? What happens if that would happen?" So that's my aim with this, that people actually come away and think about it and say, "Okay, yes, maybe I should change the way I am a little bit. Maybe I should not be so." What's the word? If I could swear, I'd say it.
Say it.
So not be such a cock. It wasn't a bad swear word, that one, I'll be honest. I was kind of all right. I know I could have gone further. But anyway, yeah, it's about that. It's about, saving yourselves before it's too late. Or maybe not.
I love that. So there's...
To linger. That's what I think. What the overriding thing with that is.
Yeah, we're like the Cranberries song, to let it linger, and that's kind of what we want from this film, like the Cranberries song.
I think that's what everybody really wants when you create a film, right? You want it to be lasting. You want people to remember it.
You do, and I suppose every filmmaker wants that, to remember their films. But I think this one especially, yeah.
And you agree?
I mean,
why?
Well, to take people through this journey from beginning to end, and obviously, there's an incredible amount of pain and kind of growth that these people go through, but for people to just get on board with the characters, have a good time, eat the popcorn, and let it linger.
We're going back to that Cranberry song. So since you don't know which version we're going to see, can you give me an idea of what was the worst thing you had to do during filming? Yeah, I mean, I think this is in the trailer anyway. I think I get crucified to a point. Yeah, I mean, I remember making a pain scale for this, just to work out 1 to 10, how much pain is that person in at that time? Because there's, it kind of goes down that road. I think that was probably the hardest. I did have to crawl through a pipe, which actually I don't think is in the movie anymore. No, so yeah, I can talk about this bit. There you go.
I crawled through about 30 foot of ventilation piping full of human waste.
Oh.
But we made it out of Bulgarian sweet treats and chocolate milk, I think. So I think there's footage of me somewhere eating it, so it's not... No. Someone will be into it.
That has to be an outtake.
Yeah, there's so many outtakes.
At the home video release.
I think I've got some behind-the-scenes stuff I've already been slowly weaning out, but that is one of them where he's calling through right at the end, just goes, that's quite tasty. It's
fantastic.
Brilliant.
I remember what they were called. Little like Twinkies almost.
They're almost Twinkies,
yeah.
Bulgarian Twinkies, yeah.
All
right.
So that was probably the hardest and the most fun. They got to eat something as well.
There you go. Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys so much. We're really excited to hear how the fan reacts tomorrow night. So thanks. Thank you. Nice talking with you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.